Hello, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome to Mondays with Michelle. And today, you don't get one medium, you get two. It's a really special Monday, and I am so excited to have the absolutely beautiful Susan Mullen with us today, joining me. And she is an amazing woman, a powerhouse of so many things that are good and right in the world. And I am so happy to have her. I've known Susan for a long time. I mean, in social media terms, like we're ancient friends, but we've known each other for quite a while. And I love Susan. I love following her. I love seeing her messages and getting inspired her every day. And so I'm going to let Susan introduce herself and tell you a little bit about her, and then we'll get into it.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. Gosh, it is such an honor and a joy to be here with you, especially. And I was thinking back today when we first met. Well, we met, of course, virtually through Colette, right? Through the MICI group, and that was so much fun.
Yes.
That was so. And then we finally got to meet in person in Boston, and that was so great. And that's when it was a month after my mom passed, and you did the first reading on her with me. Remember, we went to the bedroom, and I'm just like, where's my mom? And it was just so beautiful. So I just have so many fond memories of you and of that time, and of course following you and right through. I'm talking about you because I want to. But anyway, I'm just grateful to be here. And so I'm certified intuitive coach, but I'm an intuitive like by birth. And I suppose you could say medium because I do talk to and connect with pets on the other side, animals, all animals, and people. Although human souls come in a lot during readings, but it's not I wouldn't, just probably go that route and just say, we'll just do people mediumship, although it's there too. But I know like my soul is the animals are leading me just right from the about 10, 12, 15 years ago. The animals really started coming in and I paid attention. And even before that, I'd worked on my intuition and connection and all of that, and just the spirit guides and all of that. But this with the animals has been specific lately. So, and I have my card deck, so they led me to create that.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
And
what was that?
Sorry, we've got a little bit of a delay, guys. I'm gonna just breathe a little bit more and see if we can get.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I was going to say, Susan, is, your main communicators are the animals, right? Because I think you have a purpose and a mission with them. But of course, people come in because it's all energy. It's not like we can say, it just comes in. So.
Right.
So it's so important, and I love it. So, tell us. So we're going to get to your deck in a moment, and I want to say Kathleen is here. Good morning, Kathleen. Hi, Belinda. Thank you for being here. Hi, Sammy. Thank you for being here. And guys, share this. Invite your people that have lost pets, because I'm shocked at the amount of things I see on my news feeds all the time of people who animals that are passing. It's happening a lot. There's a freak that is happening a lot. Mm-hmm. And there is a special type of pain that comes with losing a beloved fur baby. And so, this is an opportunity to get a message. And for your friends and your loved ones who might be grieving, to get a message. And it's special. It is so special. And Susan, I just want to say, I thank you for the honor of connecting you with your mom shortly after she passed. That's amazing. So I appreciate it. All right. So let's talk. You said about 12 to 15 years ago, you started with the communication with the animals. So let's talk about that.
It was right. It was actually, it opened up right after my mom passed, which was interesting because that was my first parent who passed, and it was very quick and fast, unexpected. Um, so I was just in this deep grief, and I was really down, this rabbit hole. Your life sort of is upended, and I also at the time was being pulled. I was pulling away from eating animals. It was natural. Backing into that, I was always the one with taking care of the pets, the animals, the strays, and just always conscious of the animals, and always in the back of my head, somewhere in there was, I always wanted to stop eating them as well. It was just there, but it wasn't, you know, so I was actually learning how to do that, or what do I do? And I had all those questions like many of us do. And I didn't have them at the time. But when the grief came, I just remember typing into like the computer. I was just like, how to go vegan. Like it was just something so snap. And I was looking at something online. Everything's there, anything you want to know is there. So I came across the image of a cow, like really a cow on a factory farm. And she just started in, and I just was floored. And I'm just like, okay, this was like very clear and very surreal. And it started that way as far as really receiving animals on the other side. She was passed, and I don't know. So that's really where it came in. And I had to go so low just to reach that, I suppose, where now when I get ready to do animal communication, I'm very high vibe, and I have to raise my vibration. I have to be really rested and all the things, drink the water, eat clean. And before I do a session with somebody, because I want to be the cleanest vessel I can be, but I wasn't that day. That's just how that one got in, and then never left. And then it's just all animals like to animals are the same. So I found, a lot of people are really grieving pets, and it's devastating. So I really focused on that. What can I do? How can I work with this? And help people and use this, so that was my focus.
And I absolutely love that because, well, I believe that as a collective since 2020, we're all in grief just because our lives changed so dramatically during the pandemic and after, right? We've never been the same. We won't ever be the same.
Right.
And there's grief. Even if you don't have to have lost a person in that or any of that. It's just we lost our way of life. We lost life as we know it. So we're in grief. And then when you compound it with, a very, very, like, animals are just so special. And when so many people have lost them, especially during this time, I love that you are helping them grieve because it is. I mean, and myself, I'm grieving animals I've lost, some that I've lost like 6 years ago, and I'm still grieving them. I mean, I'll never not because I love them. They're my heart, So.
Right. Yeah. And especially with this deck, what I'm trying to convey too as well is like they're in such a great place, though. There's so much joy and life over there. And they're always trying to raise our vibration, especially, the soul contract they have with their human. They come into families, but often there's one or two, like every animal has their human, and that's on purpose for sure. But they're just like they were in our lives, but 10,000 times better, brighter, stronger. Many of them go early. It's very devastating to us, but they know they're stronger for us because what's coming ahead they're there to help. They're there to pull. They're part of the pulling team, right? The spirit guides and the loved ones. They'll hop over and choose that. And they have free will like we do. And some go early and some don't. So the whole soul contract part of it is very fascinating to me as well. And it's with people, it's with each other and animals for sure.
Absolutely. And I want to just get to a couple comments. So Sammy says my hubby's here too.
So
welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Romano. I love it. Sammy, I love her being able to say hubby and him say wife, and I love it. And Carrie, welcome. And Belinda, I'm not sure about Kathleen, but I'm sure, right? So if you guys are here, let me know in the comments. And if you want to have a reading with a beloved pet or with a pet you've lost, I would love that in the comments as well. So we've got Belinda here. Kathleen's here. Like I said, I'm not sure, Kathleen, about a beloved pet in the loss, but I'm sure. I know Belinda has. Sammy and her husband have, I know. Carrie has, and hi, Brenda as well. So if you guys want to have a connection, put it in the comments. I would love it. Okay, Belinda would like a reading. So I'm going to write these down. You have to be live to get the reading. Let's see. Yes, Sammy and Mr. Romano would love it. And then Kathleen. Oh boy, you guys, I love it. Let's do some readings. Carrie, yay. And Jenny. Oh my gosh, Jenny, hi. It's been so long. Nice to see you again. Let us know if you'd like an animal communication reading today as well. So let me make sure. I've got Belinda. I've got Mr. and Mrs. Romano. I've got Kathleen. I've got Carrie. Oh, hi, Christy. Christy McManus. I assume this is you. Thank you for joining. Christy would like a reading. Okay. And I have to say, like, there is something so magical about connecting with your animals. First of all, I think it's unexpected. If we ever do get a mediumship reading or we're expecting to connect with loved ones, we don't expect our pets. And so when they come through, it's just like this beautiful, sweet little nugget of yay. And I love that. And so I'm so excited to get into this. Let's get into it. You know what? At some point, we're going to pause on the readings and we're going to talk about aliens a little bit because I have to hear your story about aliens, Susan, right? But
oh my gosh.
So I can't wait. All right. So Belinda is up first. So guys, if you're here joining us, thank you. Like my page, share the video, invite your friends, because to me, anything that we can do to heal our hearts and to bring us some peace and some comfort, I am all for it. That is everything. We need that so much right now. So, let's do it. And yes, Tammy says aliens. I know. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay. All right. So this is for Belinda. And while Susan is getting
aliens
ready,
will be fun.
Yes, I'm going to show her card deck. This is her beautiful card deck that she made that's called Soul Messages from Your Animal Companion on the Other Side. And they're absolutely gorgeous. So they're all the same. Well, hold on. Oh, I pulled some cards and from my beloved pet one of my beloved pets. So on this side, on the back, we have her kitty, her beautiful kitty. And each card has a picture of the beautiful golden, and then a different message. So Susan will be using those cards. All right. Oh, and Belinda says, I love her deck. Yes. So guys, if you want this deck, the minute I got this deck, I literally ripped it open. I didn't wait to find scissors. I ripped it open. I did what I do every time. I blessed it. I thanked it. I cleared it. And I pulled cards because I really needed a message from one of my beloved animals that passed. And boy, it was so spot on. I pulled one and it was so perfect. And I thought, this is kind of crazy. Like, I got to pull another. And I ended up pulling two more, and they were just as perfect and timely and spot on. So, with that, I'm going to turn it to Susan, and you're reading for Belinda.
Yes, thank you, thank you. One fell out, Belinda. I was thinking of you the whole time. So happy to see you, Belinda. And thank you. I'm so glad you love the deck. One fell out. I'm leaving that, but I'm still going to do another. But can you tell me, what's the pet's name? Is this a dog? And then I'll keep going.
Yeah. So guys, let's, if you can put in the comments, what kind of an animal it is that you would like to connect with. And did you say name, Susan?
Yeah, maybe a first name and just the species. Is it a dog? I think
so.
Linda's
First name and species.
Is a dog, but
if you can do that.
Read,
and we do have some delay, so it'll take a minute. Oh, here we go. Oops, Carrie. Okay, thank you, Carrie. So Belinda, if you could put in, I think it's a dog. I believe it's a dog. Feels like a dog.
Okay. Feels like a dog to me too. Yes, dog.
Yes, a dog.
Daughter's dog. Great.
Thinking of Lucy, my daughter's dog. Oh.
Okay, so this is one dog, Lucy, her daughter's dog, correct?
Yep, yep.
So this is the dog. Okay, that's how I'm reading it right.
Perfect.
Okay, so okay, so while I'm shuffling, thinking of Lucy, connecting, so these cards, as you know, like Michele, you have the deck, Belinda has the deck. They're going to touch upon these are 47 of the most consistent messages I have received over the years of communicating with animals that are most universal. And because we have soul contracts with our animals, some of them are going to speak to you, to be, something about you, what they're thinking they want to nudge you to do or think about or help you. Some address themselves. They may say something about, it was my time to pass. I want you to have peace around that, or, don't worry, there was no guilt, or I don't even know if I'm the cards right. Things like that. So there are different categories sort of, or areas of our lives that the animals helped us with, that these cards could be. And it's a card deck of timing, meaning where we are in our life. Our pet could have passed yesterday, a year ago, or 10 years ago, or 20. Where we are now, they will bring forth a message that will help us moving forward. Some might feel like intuitive coaching, in a way, because they are part of your support team on the other side. And so they are still doing their work and their job, just not in person anymore. The body's not here, but they are. And that's really the bottom line of their messages. So as much as they loved you, they still do. And they're still seeing everything, cheering you on. Oftentimes sending the next one in and seeing all the children and grandchildren come in. They're part of the soul group, and that just never dies or goes away. So, okay.
Gosh, I love that. I love
now
that.
I'm going, I do too. It's really reassuring and reaffirming to me. It affirms everything I know and think and feel anyway. And they just want us, I always say it this way, but to raise our vibration when thinking of them. So don't people. And they want us to flip the grief into, over time, we have to move through grief. We have to move through it. It's not a place to stay. It's a movement, and it's a level of healing. And when we're healed, we can think of them and smile. And that's how we know we're healed and feel them more. And the more we're healed, like I feel like I'm talking to the choir, Michele, the closer they can get to us and we start to feel them, because grief is a wall that keeps energy separated. So they want us to move through the grief so all these messages can start coming through to us. Okay, let's Lucy. Okay, I'm going to stop when I feel. Okay, right here. I'm going to read two because one fell out, and I'm going to read the one on top here. Okay, well, it's very interesting. This says, I am happy, whole, and thriving. Kind of like what I was just saying. So, but I want to read, there's always the deeper meaning is in the book here, the deeper message. So you just go to the page and it says, oops. Can't even see. Okay. Your animal companion wants you to know that regardless of the circumstances of their lives or how they transitioned, they are back to their original spirit essence and are indeed thriving. This message enables you to release any worry or concern about their contentment or happiness. You can be assured that they love you at an even greater capacity than they could possibly have while loving you as an earthly companion. It's so interesting how sometimes that just happens. I've done this before, and one of the animals will just come in and go, she said something I want to confirm. It's like, it might be the one I was just talking about, but I also want to do this one that fell out. It felt important too, and it might be one that helps your daughter. And it says, my transition was not painful. So I want to read that one.
I love that. I mean, all the messages are great, but as pet owners, that's what we often worry about, right? That transition time. And like, did we make the right decision? Were they okay? Are they not in pain anymore? All those things. So I love that.
Right. Okay. My transition was not painful. Your animal companion conveys that they did not experience pain at the time of their transition. Often their consciousness will leave the body before the spirit crosses over. I'm skipping words here because some of them are kind of long. The soul essence of an animal or a person can choose to exit the body before an accident or what appears to be a painful death. Discomfort and pain can be part of experiencing an illness, but the soul is always free to slide out of the body during extreme distress or right before an impact. The soul was designed to roam at will, including during meditations, dreams, and the transition process. So that goes for people too. Sometimes you hear, people don't feel impact. I'm not feeling Lucy was an impact though. But if there was any question around, or any concern about being in pain or discomfort at the end, I feel like this is the message that I'm trying to convey, or Lucy's trying to convey through this card. So I hope that helps or makes sense.
Beautiful.
To Belinda.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you, Belinda. Okay, and now we've got Sammy, Mr. and Mrs. Romano. So for her husband who's watching, he wants to connect with Louie and or Pepper. They're both dogs. So we'll do Mr. Romano first. Okay. So if you guys are joining us,
sure.
And you would like a reading from the amazing, talented Susan Mullen, talented animal communicator. She's got a gorgeous deck. If you'd like to communicate with a fur baby that's passed of any species, you're welcome to. Just give us a name and the species. Drop it in the comments. And Belinda says, Kathleen says, I've never heard that before. A spirit can leave before impending pain. Interesting. Yes, I love that. Thank you for that information, Susan. I think that's really a game changer. And then Belinda says, thank you so much, Susan. Lucy was the one you helped locate several years ago. We love her so much. And of course, my daughter loved her deeply.
I remember.
Good to hear about no pain.
Oh, I remember that, Belinda. That was in a Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, Lucy. Oh my gosh. I do remember. And I knew I'm like Lucy. I remember her daughter's Lucy. And it was that. We did the lost dog. That was a phenomenal thing. I'm so happy she was found. Okay. So we're doing Sam, correct? And
you're doing
what
Mr.
is
Romano. Her husband, Mr. Romano.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Romano. Hello. And this is for a dog?
Yes.
Is that what we're doing? Okay. Let's see. And what is the dog's name?
Oh, let me get back to it. I apologize. This is for Mr. Romano, and it's Louie or Pepper.
No, that's okay. I see them. Okay, so we can do. Well, I'm pulling a card, so he can choose. Do you want to hear a message from Louie or Pepper? I guess we should probably pick one.
Okay. Why don't we do Pepper? Well, I'm going to let you choose. Do you want to do Louie or Pepper for Mr. Romano?
I'm going to do Louie.
Okay.
Okay, because Louie is the one that popped out to me.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling this is Louie. Okay, thank you. Okay, it's this one right here. Oh, okay. This one, I love this card. It is called We Did It. We Did It with an exclamation point. It is a very positive card. And I just feel the energy. Okay, so your animal companion conveys that the physical part of their soul contract they share with you is complete. When animals show up at specific points and time frames in our lives, it is in part to help us become more conscious human beings. They agree to do their part for a particular period and then continue to love and guide us from the other side. Our part in our animal soul's journey is to allow them to serve us and humanity as they experience all the good and the not so good this world has to offer. In the spirit realm, we make specific agreements with people and animals so we can learn, grow, work on lessons, and experience love and loss, all for our soul's evolution. Maybe your animal companion agreed to play a role in helping you gain self-confidence, allowed you to experience unconditional love for the first time, or helped you raise the children, or supported you through a challenging time. This card is a beautiful reminder that no matter the length of time you were graced with your animal, you can trust that your time together served its divine purpose. So the reason I love this card, We Did It, is because, like I was saying earlier, it doesn't matter the length of time, it's the quality. And it's like we did it together, and it's completion. It's this very complete feeling they want you to have and feel good about it. Just feel very at peace and loving and joyful. I'm just feeling a lot of love and joy around Louie and you and Louie specifically. So that there was quite a tight partnership there. And I feel like there's maybe some of those things, I don't know if it was confidence or just self-confidence, self-love, or just something that made you better, a better person going forward. And you're different and changed because of Louie. And that's a big feeling I'm getting anyway.
I love that. That's beautiful, Susan. Thank you so much. And okay. So Sammy said Louie, the same dog, or Missy. So why don't we do Missy? Do you mind doing the cat?
Oh, I'd love to do a cat. Okay. Hi. Hey,
Awesome.
Sammy. Okay, let's do. Or Missy the cat. Okay, I'll do Missy the cat then. That's right. So Louis does seem very special. Okay, we will do Missy the cat. Missy. Okay. I have cats. I'm in the process of walking a cat home, 18 and a half year old. So she's in the early transition. She's quite not early. It's anytime.
Goodness.
But I'm with her, so I get to be, sorry, I'm in the cat energy. I'm just,
Yeah.
cats are very, boy, they bring out our independence. They bring out our everything, self-care. They're all about it. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, and Christy,
Okay.
if you are still here, I don't see a comment from you about the name and species of the pet that you want to connect with. So if you'd like to put that in there, that would be great. And if anybody new is joining us and you want a reading from this amazing animal communicator, Susan Mullen, put the first name of the pet and the species of the pet.
Okay. All right. So Missy, the cat, she says, you are never alone. Okay. So let's see what that says. Your animal companion conveys that you are never truly alone. Animals can see and feel the spirit world with more ease than human beings can. And when they return to the spirit form on the other side, they can be with you instantly through their own will or whenever you think of them. They also see the spirit beings that are always with you. This card is a reminder that they, along with your posse of angels and spirit guides and other animals and loved ones who have transitioned, are always with you. And so this coming from Missy, I'm feeling is that you are never alone, but that she knows she left a void. There's an absence. The house is different without a cat in it. When you've had cats, I think cat people know this. Cat peoples do. Cats specifically do keep spirits and entities away. They clean the house energetically. That's part of their gift from God, and that's what they're here to do. And that's what they do for us. So it's just she's still there. Yeah, and dogs are more our heart companions, our hands-on, right in our face, love us up, lovey-dovey. We take them where we go. They're the security blanket. Cats are very independent, and they keep the spirits out. You can't move into a haunted house and a cat get rid of it. It's not that, but it's they clean energetically too. If there's a discord, if someone has a disagreement or the house is just wonky, you can sage and do all that, which is great. You can, but cats can also kind of clean that up. But they do specifically the wandering spirits, like we all have. Oh my gosh, I should show you what I got on my Ring camera the other year. I've only been in this house a few years, but when we first moved in, I did have to do cleansing with a friend who's a medium. But I got this thing on my Ring. It was so interesting. But my cats, I had 3 at the time. I have 2 now. And they were always showing me where to go, what needs who and what needed to go. But it wasn't bad, but it was just interesting. So
yeah, amazing. Okay, so first I want to welcome Pat. Hi, Pat. So if you'd like a reading, a connection with a beloved animal friend that's passed, just put their first name and their species in the comments, and Susan will do that. And now we're with Kathleen. And Kathleen has a dog buddy that she'd like to connect with.
Okay. And so who am I doing next?
It's Kathleen. And do you see the comment?
Is this in order?
No, do you see the comment under us on the screen? Look at us on the screen.
Yes.
And you can see it says KTL.
The dog buddy.
Dog buddy. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thanks. Hi, Kathleen. All righty.
And Sammy says thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so buddy. All right, buddy was quick. Buddy's. Oh, this one. I'll tell you. This one says, I use the sky to say hello. Now, this card, this message, I almost didn't put it in this deck, but boy, did they want me to put it in the deck. It kept going. I probably had 97 messages, but I had to boil it down to something, so I picked 47. This one kept making the cut because animals are always going to use nature or what's available to us to get our attention, because that's where we are, or we're outside, wherever our eyes can be. They're in front. They're trying to do something. You know, the cardinal comes in or a hawk goes through. So this one, the sky is so easy for them because clouds are so easy to use. So I want to read this one to you. Let's see. Okay. Your animal companion conveys that they have used or will use the sky to say hello. If you have ever looked up at the sky and felt you saw a sign from your beloved animal companion, this card confirms you did. Animals will always find creative ways to get our attention. Cloud formations, rainbows, birds, balloons, or other objects or sentient beings who use the sky in their travels are popular modes of connection because the sky is a vast space of possibility. When the animals use the sky to make contact, they share that they are still a guiding presence in our lives. This card also encourages you to consider purposefully spending time in nature and looking up at the beautiful sky and calling in their energy. And you may be amazed at what gets your attention. It's because that it is so easy to do it that way as well. You can just lie down one day if you really want to connect to Buddy. You can just say, okay, I'm here, I'm showing up, I'm going to, I'm looking at the sky and just find a beautiful day with fluffy, puffy clouds that are moving. And perhaps it's just going to be one of those days where you look out and you see, like, we've all seen like the beautiful angel wings of some sort. I mean, that's why the dog, like the main dog on these cards, have an angel wing, because they love that too. So that's for you.
Beautiful. Buddy. Beautiful message for Kathleen from Buddy. Thank you, Susan. And Susan, we've got a Carrie Ann Medina here saying hi, Susan.
Hi.
And she's asking, do you happen to see if N and I will be reconciling anytime soon? But we'll get to that. Okay. Let's see. Now we've got Carrie. Let me get to Carrie. Carrie, can you see that? Under there, it's Bella the dog.
Okay. So we're doing Bella the dog.
Yes.
For Carrie. Okay. Okay. Bella the dog. All right.
Oh, look at what Kathleen said while you're calling in Bella. Kathleen said, we rarely have clouds here. She's in Vegas, but when the storms come in or we are traveling, I always see things in the clouds. Oh, I love that. That's so beautiful.
That is great. That is beautiful. Thank you for that. Okay. All right, Bella. This is Bella. Bella says stop. Oh, okay. I love this. Oh, this one too. What does it say? I am with all the other animals. Okay. Your animal companion conveys that they are now with all the other beloved animals in your soul group. This includes any animal you've loved growing up or had before them or together with them. It also means they are with any animal companions connected to you in your past lives. Animals and humans often choose to show up for specific periods in our lives to assist us. When it's hard, please know that your precious animal companion is reunited with all the others, all of whom you have known and loved through many lifetimes. I love this one. You know, we hear this a lot and we sort of know it, you know, in our hearts, you know, everyone is always together. But this one, but with animals too, like they're with animals. We're in amnesia time because we're in our clunky body. They're with animals in past lives too. So we have soul contracts in so many lives. And that's just a whole nother conversation we don't have to get into. But, you know, sometimes when I am doing readings and I look or, you know, whatever they're showing me, and I will see things in dogs you may not recognize. You don't have that memory, but that's okay. They know the dog. So they're always surrounded, but with your loved ones. But I'm feeling she's saying she wants you to know that too today. That was an important message for you to know or remember. So that's for her. She's very active. She's very active and is having a lot of fun over there. And those are words and feelings I'm seeing for her. So she wants you to know that. I feel like there's a bunch that you know, and also maybe some you don't. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And Carrie, I have to say, I absolutely love your.
That helps.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. And I love your new profile picture, Carrie. It's just gorgeous. Okay, now we have Christy from Arizona, Murphy the dog.
Murphy. Okay. Hi, Christy. Okay. Murphy the dog.
Hi, Denise. Welcome. If you would like a reading to connect you with a pet that has passed, that's crossed the rainbow bridge, let us know in the comments, first name and species of the animal, and Susan will get that reading for you.
All right, Murphy. Okay, I love them all, right? Do I start with that? Your love helps me on the other side. Okay. So it always goes both ways, doesn't it? It always does.
Yeah.
We help them evolve up there, over there. I'd say up, but it's over. As much as they help us. It is a push and pull. They're ascending. We are too. Okay. Your animal companion conveys that the love you shared with them fuels their ascension and their ability to acclimate with more ease on the other side. When animals receive love and respect while on Earth in a physical body, they do not require as much healing on the other side as those animals who did not experience respect or unconditional love. The devotion you poured into your animal companion while they were with you is fueling them forward and allowing them to serve in more extraordinary ways in heaven. And so what that means too, going further, is exactly like what that says. There are animals, not every animal on this planet is treated well. We know that. We have puppy mills, we have the food system, we have strays. We're not on top of that. So there are plenty of animals every single day that go to the other side alone and just unloved. So you might hear Sasha. She's 18 and a half with dementia. So, so what also this is saying is because our animals, everyone here today, everyone here who will see this are pouring into animals, they're animals, and those animals and well cared for domesticated horses and just other loved animals on this planet, when they go directly to help the animals who are arriving, who are like, whoa, whoa, it's really that good. Whoa, this is beautiful. Who are you? Like, they're coming from trauma, and those animals are helping. Our animals are helping those animals. So just like with people and support teams, like when we go, Michele, I think you know this, I'm sure, or maybe in a different way. I think we all see and receive differently. And no, I don't think there's a right or wrong, but I'll just share what I see is also when people go, when we go to the other side, we land in a pod too. Where are we in as far as reviewing our lives? Are we in trauma? Do we have a lot more healing to do before we just pick up and get acclimated and move on to other things we're going to do over on the other side and find other things to pursue that helps this planet and also the entire universe, the universe too. I mean, we're just one little tiny rock out of a million billion. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of life and it besides us too. So anyway, I hope that helps, that your love is helping, her do, or him, right? His part on the other side. So
beautiful.
That helps.
That's gorgeous. And thank you, Susan. And I want to show you this from Carrie that says, thank you. It helps to know that Bella is having fun with Max and that she's with Rocky, Tinkerbell, and Shadow. So she's with them all and they're all having fun. Yeah. And Denise says, that's amazing. I've never witnessed anything like this. I love this. Yes. Isn't it fun? I mean, I just have to say,
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. And
yeah. I was doing a vendor event on Saturday and I've started doing some different things. I still have products. I just did them a little differently. And then I've been doing these, and then I've got like jewelry, these bracelets. Like I've got this bracelet on that I made for myself, and I've been making some of these. And then I've got these bags that I've started to make from band tees. Because I love band tees, but I don't really like to wear t-shirts. And so I wanted some way to use them and like honor them. And so I make bags and I make ponchos. Anyway, and I'm looking at my table and it's like all of this stuff. It looks like a big mishmash and it doesn't make sense. But all of it is about bringing us back to our joy, whether it be with my products, helping us to clean and clear stuff and remember who we are, the crystals and the gems doing the same thing, or the joy of carrying a bag from a band that you love, that you have great memories with. All of it is about moving to our joy. And that's what this is today with Susan. It's about us remembering the joy that these animals have brought to us in the physical and now in the spiritual. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. And so Susan is reminding us that it's a continuation and they're always there. So thank you. And Christy says, thank you so much. Okay, so before we get to Jenny, and yes, Denise, if it's okay with Susan, we'll do a reading for Denise as well, if that's okay.
Right, exactly. You got it. You nailed it. Thank you. Okay, of course.
All right, so
okay,
let's do Jenny. But before we get to Jenny, what I would love, Susan, is for you to just give us a little snippet about the alien encounter.
Oh, the aliens. Okay. All right. So there were two visits. There were two different times, decades apart. Okay. All right. So I was 21 and I was working in Bar Harbor, Maine for the summer in school. I was in school, but was home for the summer, working in Bar Harbor, Maine, which is like 45 minutes from my hometown up that way. I'm in southern Maine now, but it was in central Maine outside of Bangor that I lived. And so I got a job for the summer and I was driving home one night at 11 p.m. And at the time it was just 2 lanes of a road. It was dark. It was, gosh, this was probably 80s, late 80s. This was, so, no cell phones. I was in a car, just probably I know what it was. It was a Subaru something. And, anyway, not a lot of safety back then. You're young and you think you're going to live forever, and you just drive in the night. But that's what I was doing. But anyway, so I'm on a dark stretch, and it's coming upon a lake that I'm very familiar with. That will have part 2 in a minute. And I'm coming through, I'm very familiar with this area. I know these roads by the back of my hand. And I'm just listening to the music, and it's a beautiful summer night. And suddenly, right behind me on the road, a car was coming up behind me with these circle round lights, and the very short cars, thinking, is that an MG midget? Remember those really short convertibles? Don't know if they still make them, but I'm like, oh, somebody's driving drunk. Somebody's right on me. And I was like, okay. And then it would slow down. But this was such a small vehicle that I didn't know what it was. I couldn't see anybody in it. I didn't know. I didn't like what I was feeling either, like the energy I was getting. And I did get my intuition was on high, and I was just getting be careful, slow it down, and take this seriously. And then it just started playing cat and mouse with me. It got right up to me and then would back off over and over. And then, and at that time, I just assumed not a good person, not a good situation. I was like praying to God the whole time. And the car or whatever it was went up above over me and came down in front of me. It was in front of me on the road. That's when I started crying, and it wasn't a car, and it wasn't an MG midget. It wasn't like the typical round UFO that we see, but it was something. It was something mechanical, it was something, and it was dark, but the round lights was what I really remember most all around it. Where there should be brake lights, there were none. And when it would slow down, there were no red brake lights. So I knew it wasn't a vehicle, a car that should be on the road. So all these things were telling me what it's not, but not what it was. And then I just knew there was something out of the ordinary here, something I shouldn't mess with. I slowed down and kind of lost it. I let it go ahead of me. And then I turn a corner and it would be waiting for me. And then it would speed up. And I'm like, oh man, this is just not right. And then it finally saw where it took a right. It went, they're so fast. It just went, whoop, and it just like, oh, it left. It took a right. It went down a road. Well, right when I got to the spot, it was no road, but it was gone. And then I made my way home. And my dad, I lived in the summer at home. So it always took up to just no more than an hour to get home from Bar Harbor. And I had lost one whole hour. It was an hour ahead. And I don't recall I didn't go that slow. I never stopped the car. I never went slower than like 30. This was a 55, 50, probably 45 or 50 at the time road. And it seemed like 20 minutes to me, like nothing as far as I was with that thing. But that, I don't know, can't explain it. An hour went by that I lost. And okay, so I don't recall any, I just remember it affected me so much though, that I wrote it down and I was very scared. Like I can talk about it like this now, but I was very scared of something going over the top of my car. Like that was just not right. And I even talked to later, a few years later, probably 5 years later, people that were seeking real UFO encounters or whatever, weird things. I even talked to them for like a long time. So, so fast forward to about I don't know, 2017 or so, my husband and I ended up getting a lake cabin on that lake. So sort of like going back home, and it was a lake I always loved. My sister lives on that lake. So I had a cabin, and it was like an investment property. We don't have it anymore, but it was at the time, and we would rent it. We just Airbnb'd it out, and we would use it when we wanted, and it was great. But one night, so I was there by myself, and I had fallen asleep, and then I just opened my eyes. I don't know what woke me. I don't think it was a noise. I just woke up, and I saw in the room these lights, the same exact lights, round, weird lights, right coming kind of like in from the window, but at the window. But it was dark. And so I couldn't tell if it was a being or what, but it didn't go away. And I just sat there and I just closed my eyes, and I immediately went back to that moment, and I went there. It's the lake. They're here. They're just, I don't know what, checking in, seeing, I don't know. I just said some sort of protection prayer, called in God, called in everybody, and they left. So those are my two encounters. I can't explain it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
And
I feel I was just as shook up because I'm alone in the lake, and it's not like it was unpopulated. It was a populated area. My sister was around. Her house wasn't too far. Cars, it wasn't in the woods, but I mean, it was in the woods, but not, deep and alone that way. I just couldn't explain it. And I had the same feelings before. But then I think I told you, shortly after that, I was ready. I felt I needed a big cleanse anyway, just felt all this stuff. So I worked with Althea Gray, and I did one of her series of cleansing, like the whole thing. And I remember her saying, I told her about that. And then when she goes, yes, she goes, no, I'm getting definitely UFO entity. And she said they were attached. Like I had that energy attached to me like for years, and she cleared it. And I remember her saying, I don't know if she'll remember this, but because, we get amnesia when we have sessions with people, we're not supposed to remember things, but, so we don't, but I remember her saying that she has never seen like robotic energy around people, like that was attached to me. And I'm like, oh boy, that explains a lot. I don't know. It was strange.
yeah. And boy, that's saying a lot if Althea hasn't ever seen it before. It's like, oh no. Althea's
That
seen
says a lot. Yeah, she didn't. She was like, this is scary. I remember her being like, I mean, she was protected. We weren't scared, but she's like, no, she goes, I've never seen this before. And I'm like, okay, that explains. Well, I'm also, if you heard about the A negative, whatever, like that has, like I'm A negative, and like, they don't know where exactly it comes from, but it is alien. So it's funny. I'm probably part alien. I mean, that's what I figure. I don't know. There's just probably relatives checking in. I don't know.
right? I mean, who knows? Who knows about it all? And I just love it. I think it's so interesting. And if anybody watching has had any encounters or any experiences, like put it in the chat. I want to hear, I want to know, because I think it's so interesting and so amazing. And um, I used to be terrified of stuff like that, but I'm not anymore because I don't really feel like it's I don't know. I think there's some really benevolent entities that are, you know, extraterrestrial or whatever you call them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that there's positive and negative on all sides of everything, human, not whatever,
Mm-hmm.
So, um,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too.
Kathleen says,
Me too. I do too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kathleen says, I would be using Protect, Sage Sprays, any and all. Amen. Ooh, Kathleen says, no aliens, but a lot of ghost stories. Share with us. Share with us. Well, put them in the comments, you guys. Any of this stuff. I love all this stuff. And so we now have, so Carrie is asking if she's after Jenny. But Carrie, I don't have a name, a first name, and a species of an animal that you want to connect with. So we need that. So now we're up to Jenny. And Jenny is dogs, Guinness or Bailey. So if we can connect with that, Susan. And Susan, thank you so much for sharing those encounters and those experiences. I love it. And I think it's important that we share those things, because then if somebody has it, they don't feel like there's something wrong, or you know what I mean? Like it can be just a part of your day. It doesn't,
Right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The area in particular in Maine is quite active for that too. My dad has seen them. We grew up on a different lake. I'm on a lake now. So we sold that. We sold that because we were going to get a year-round lake house, like where I am now. So I'm away from that area, but they're around here too. I mean, they really are. And the more we need help, I totally, like you said, I do believe we have helpers of all species, all planets, just like here, right? We have not so good people and good people. So there's always somebody pulling for someone else and for something else. And so I do believe they come here going, wow, look what the humans are doing. Like, I really feel that strongly. And they see the ones who really need help or need something, or they just want to make themselves known that we aren't so alone in the universe. And I feel there are messages there for sure. So, okay.
Yes, beautiful.
I know, it's fascinating. Okay, so Jenny, let's see. We have Guinness or Bailey. All right, let me see just who wants to come in. Oops, one just flipped out. I'm just gonna leave it, but keep going. Bailey, okay. Bailey. This is from Bailey. Okay. It's this one. All right. This one heals a lot. And real quick, before I get to this, I was just reminded that these messages, the messages that are here today that I'm pulling, and even if you see this on repeat or whatever, there's that collective, right, Michele, where you may get a message that when you hear it, it's just for you. So that's from your animal companion too. So these messages can really apply to more than one person listening now, or maybe who isn't getting picked but really needed to hear it. So if you feel that knowing, like, oh, that's what I needed to hear, that's what I was looking for, then that is for you too. So just trust that, because this is one of them that really affects a lot of people. And it says, you did not lose me, you released me. Aww. And animals want us to remember that, one of the most loving acts we can do for them is to release them from their bodies when they're having difficulty, or they're just hanging on for us, and we know it's their time, and just so on. So this one, let me read it. Okay. When this message appears, your animal companion conveys that their transition allowed their soul to release from the limitations of their physical body. They also want you to know that you have not lost them at all. They gently remind you that on soul level, you know where they are and can never really lose them, or any soul, whether animal or human, as all souls orient to return safely home. Work here is complete. If you feel you lost your beloved animal companion early, or you question whether they are okay, that you helped them transition, know that they thank you for your part in their soul's evolution and assure you that they made it safely home. So that one, this one I want to read too. So I hope that helps you, but also, oh, this one, okay, this is one of those that might be more of a coachy type, but it says believe in yourself. So I want to read this one. This one is a good one too. Your animal companion is nudging you to trust the process of something you are moving through or are feeling prompted to bring into the world. You may be wondering whether a dream, vision, or experience is something you should pursue. When this message appears in your reading, they want you to be mindful of your language and any beliefs that may not serve you. Your animal companion asks you to release any rigidity around belief patterns and limitations, such as feeling unqualified to bring a particular dream to life, and embrace the goal, project, or vision that is tapping you on the shoulder. They remind you that if a dream is in you to do, be, or experience, or bring into form, it's because it is of you. No other human being has your fingerprint or exact set of experiences. This is a bold and loving reminder from them to wholeheartedly believe in yourself and your dreams and to release any attachments to the outcome. Your only job now is to confidently become the author of your life and trust the process. And so that's part of, maybe this is what she did. She helped you. Did she give you confidence, or perhaps? And she's saying, I'm still doing that. I'm bringing this out in you. This is still my role. Or perhaps you are thinking of doing something new right now in the back of your head. You haven't told anybody, and so she's just encouraging you to do it.
Wow, that is gorgeous. And Kathleen is Jenny's mom.
Hope that those help.
Yes, Kathleen is Jenny's mom, and she says, "Oh my,
nice."
Crying. I hope you are okay, Jenny." So beautiful, so beautiful. So thank you, Susan. Okay, so I'm gonna do Carrie Ann's question about. Her question was about if she would be. Do you see if Anna and I will be reconciling anytime soon? I'm going to answer that, and then Susan, it's Denise, and it's dog Bella. Okay, so Carrie Ann Medina. I keep seeing a number 2 and a number 3 around you and this person. So when I see those numbers, it's usually either February, the month of February is significant, or the number 2. So it would be like the second of a month, or is something pertinent with you guys. And then the 3 again, or also would be March, or the third of a month. I'm also seeing another initial D like dog that's connected. And the thing that I keep feeling when I tuned into your energy immediately, I felt tremendous guilt in my heart center. So I don't know if it's guilt that you have with this initial N person, or if it's just guilt in general. But Susan mentioned earlier that grief keeps us from connection. And I believe it's been my experience that guilt impedes the connection even more. Like guilt is such it's a tricky emotion. It's very heavy, and it can be very pervasive, and it's kind of like a cancer. It just grows and takes over, and it keeps us from connecting to our highest self, the spiritual realm, everything. So can you talk to me about that, Carrie Ann? Does any of that make sense? So I'm going to leave you with that, let you comment on that, and we will go to Susan now for Bella and Denise to connect those two. There's a big delay with Susan and I today, guys. So did you hear that, Susan?
Oh, what?
Go ahead and do the reading for Denise and Bella now.
Okay, thank you. it was a little skippy. I wasn't quite sure. Okay. Hi, Denise. So one fell out again, and one I was chosen. So I will read them. Okay. So from Bella, the one that was chosen is called "It Was My Time to Go." So I will read that first. Okay. Your animal companion conveys that no matter how long or short your time together on Earth was, the timing of their trend aligned. This card illustrates that time only exists on our side of the veil. Animals are uniquely designed to enter our lives at our human journey and exit our lives when their work with us is complete. This message is a timely reminder that it is the quality of love shared, not the quantity of time, that truly matters, which we were talking about earlier, right? It comes up. Yeah, so it does. It feels like just, it was the timing into, I'm feeling she wants you to concentrate or remember the exact enter when she came and when she left, and what happened there, what she did, what you did with her, and what it was all about, like helping you through something. She, like, it's very specific and oriented, soul oriented reasons. So, all to up level ourselves and up level her, because again, she's reminding me, she's like, we have our purposes too. Tell her I had a purpose. Her purpose was to serve. So all animals on this planet are here to serve humanity, just across the board. What are we allowing it? So you did with her, like, especially pets, right? Because we love them. We let them, they love to serve. And serve doesn't mean enslave or abuse. It means help and serve us in harmony and governing this whole planet and peace, right? Not war, not create violent institutions for them and all this stuff. So they're always trying to remind us of that. And this card really is a reminder to you and to me, to everybody, that she certainly did. You gave her like the best and possible way and to do that. And so she just wanted you to know that, and specifically that it was her time to go. So that was one. The one that fell out says, this one is always interesting. I like, consider loving another animal. So that fell out. I will read that real quick as well. Okay, your animal companion conveys that maybe it is time to open to the idea of sharing your life with another animal companion, or to work or volunteer on the behalf of animals. On the other side, they have insider information and feel that you are opening to bringing another animal into your life in some capacity. They know your heart and soul contract that you share. They know that. And they also know when another animal's soul is waiting in the wings to pick up where they left off in your life, to comfort, love, and guide you forward on your life's journey. So I guess they're just saying, oh, just let's explore the idea of that. And, it comes in many forms. It can be through volunteer. It can be through just agreeing to pet walk, dog walk, or be more involved with somehow with animals, so that you'll know it when it happens, or perhaps it is already something in your mind is happening with that. So that was the second message. Just be open to somehow animals and coming back into your life, or in a different way. If you do have animals, I feel like you do have an animal, but this could be in a different way. So that's Bella.
Thank you, Susan. That is such a beautiful message. And I want to say, well, first let me answer Carrie. So Carrie, can you tell me, do the 2 and the 3 validate? Can you connect those? Those could be birthdays, anniversaries of a wedding, anniversaries of a passing, and it could be February or the 2nd of another month, or the 2nd of February, and March or the 3rd of another month. So if you can validate those, and I'll talk to you more about this, what you've said. Two things I want to say that Susan talked about, that you can be hearing a message that Susan is giving for someone else and their pet, and it can resonate fully with you. That's called a cleat on. And we can get messages can come in for multiple people at once. So it may not have been your pet that Susan was actually, that the specific she was connecting to, but a pet of yours can be coming through with the same message. So if it feels like it resonates, go with it. I want to highlight Belinda here says, I believe the good ones watch out for humanity. She's talking about aliens. I believe that as well. And Kathleen says, Belinda, we have to believe that. Yes, we do. Hopefully we know that. And let's see what Denise says. Thank you so much. I had her for 12 years and felt guilty because we had to put her down. She was the best dog ever. She served all my grandkids that lived with me and showed them love. That is marvelous. And we did. We got a shepherd. Have lots of love to share. Thank you both so much. I love this. I love that. Denise, that is just amazing. Just amazing. And Carrie Ann, I don't a message from you, but I hope that comes. So sorry, Susan. Did you want to say something about Denise?
That just makes me so happy. And I feel you just beautifully received her. So that's lovely. Thank you for sharing that. It's beautiful.
Gorgeous. And I want to put, again, Susan's beautiful deck up here. Soul messages from your animal companion on the other side. So beautiful. And these are the cards. They look like this. Let's see. Mine are still, I haven't used them enough. They're still a little, but they all are the same beautiful golden with different messages. And you can get that deck if you want this deck, and I highly recommend it. Get it at Susan T like Tom, Mullen.com. Mullen. That's where you can go to purchase your deck. That's where you can go to connect with Susan. If you have anything that you need for your own pet, it's wonderful. And let's see, Carrie hasn't. Okay, so Denise says beautiful, and Carrie. So there is definitely a 2 or a 3 connected. And I want you to not think just in terms of you and this initial N, but more open it up a little bit. It might be, if you have children, it might be other people in your family. It's somebody that's coming through that wants to talk about it. And there is guilt with you. It may not be with this person, with this situation, but you have guilt about something that's keeping you from connecting. And I do feel like there is an absolute reconciliation is possible, but there's some work on both sides that has to be done. So that's what I'm going to say about that. And Carrie, if you figure it out with the 2 and the 3, let me know. You can leave a comment on the video, and that'll help me just to get more information, and we continue this conversation. So, all right, Susan, I'm going to turn it over to you for the end. And I want to say thank you to everybody that's been here today. I love you all, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I've had such a fun time, Michele. I can't thank you enough. The messages that came through just feel so, I don't know, so potent, I think. And I don't know, I hope that it did to you too. And from what I can read, they did. So just thank you so much. And Michele, thank you for, and I get a chance to just thank you publicly. I just want to thank you for being an early reader of this deck and just leaving a beautiful, on my website, just a beautiful note about it. And that just shows the beauty of your soul and your kindness and compassion. And so I just want to thank you for that. And always bringing people together and doing things just like this. So right now the card deck is available on my website, and I have an Etsy site. So the Etsy is new. So It's under Animal Soul Messages, I believe, on Etsy. Animal Soul Messages, my name too. And but again, my website as well. And it also, if you're an intuitive and you work with in any sort of capacity, they're a good complement deck too. If that comes through in your business too. So a lot of people I know who use them in their work as well. But so I'm just glad it resonates, and I'm just happy to have been here and be able to be with you guys and to see you again, Michele. It's been a blast, and I can't thank you enough.
Yes, so fun. And Kathleen says, thank you. Always nice to see you, Michele. Always nice to have you here, Kathleen. And I miss seeing your face. We got to get back to block therapy. I keep thinking about that. Anyway, Belinda, thank you, Susan, and you too, Michele. You are welcome. And Kathleen says, thank you, Susan. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody that was here. We appreciate it so much, because without you guys, Susan and I would just be sitting here having a conversation, which truthfully would be fun, but we want to be bringing comfort and beautiful
right, exactly.
So thank you all, and love you, and we'll see you again. We'll have Susan back again, because this was really fun.
Yeah. Thank you. I would love that. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.